All right, in these next series of lessons, I'm going to do my best to break down Photoshop in a really simple way. So, for those of you who are completely new to Photoshop, I know it might be overwhelming. My other overview of Photoshop is good if you have a basic understanding of Photoshop and maybe just need some refreshers on what the main tools I'll be using for this course are. But these next several mini lessons are good for people who have never used Photoshop before. So I'm going to do my best to really break it down. Sorry in advance if I miss some stuff, but it's also really easy to look up certain things on the basics of Photoshop on YouTube, and I can link some YouTube links to that down below as well. But I'm going to walk you through everything from opening a document, simple things like how to import brushes, use a brush, all that stuff, and so much more. So, again, if you are pro in Photoshop or know about Photoshop, then just skip this entire section and you're good to move on to chapter one. So, I have Photoshop open, and usually when you click Photoshop and it's launching, this is what you will see, right? You'll see, if you've never opened Photoshop, you won't see this because you probably won't have anything opened. This is just past things that I had open and it's just showing here. Now, what we want to do is make a new document. So you can either do that here, click on new file, or you can click here and file new. Okay, so file new. Open recent here, by the way, is going to show all the recent things that I've been playing with. But if we want a new document, we go to file new. Now, you can see some presets have already been made. And this, I just recently made this, so this has popped up. Okay. So I like to use 16 by 9 as a default. I can always crop in later on if I want something smaller, make it bigger. I'll show you how to do all that. And you can also type in your specific measurements here. So let's say you know that you want a 5 by 7 painting or 4 by 6 or a 22 by 10, just making up the number. You can type it in here. The key thing to do is to make sure that your resolution is 300 to 350. That way your image will be really clear even if you blow it up. If it's 150 or below, your image is going to be quite blurry when you blow it up. So I wouldn't stick with anything below 300 for anything. 72 is definitely very low. So I like to stick with 350. For the color mode, definitely stick with RGB color. CMYK is for printing, so make sure you're in RGB color or your colors will be really weird. 8-bit is fine. I don't usually change this at all, so I don't usually touch this. This is just what is there. The background you can leave white because, white canvas will be painting on it. That's fine. Now the color profile, okay, I like to stick with Adobe RGB. Now, most likely you're going to get this default right here. sRGB IEC 61966-2.1. That's fine. I used to paint on this for years, but then I realized working at Marvel that Adobe RGB 1998 gives you a little bit more of a wider color gamut, and that can be really nice, right? So for painting, and I think this is a good option. So I change it to that, and then I click create. Okay, and now you have your document. Now let's talk about sizing your document up and down, okay? Because usually a lot of times I don't like to paint like sticking my face into the canvas. I actually like to paint like this. It feels much more manageable to me. So what I'm pressing right now is I'm pressing Command Dash. Okay, so Command Dash, sorry, Command minus. What am I saying? Command minus on a Mac. Okay, so I'm on a Mac right now. Command minus is going to make the canvas smaller. Command plus is going to make the canvas bigger. So press Command plus 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 or Command minus 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 minus. Just keep your thumb on the command and then use your middle finger or index finger to press minus or plus. Okay, so go ahead and play around with that a little bit. Now you can just play around with zooming in and out. Okay. Now let's say I want to see my image, the size of my image. What you can do is you can go to image, image size, and now you can check, Oh, yes. Okay. That 16 by 9 resolution is 350. Now, if I wanted to change the size and let's say, oh, I actually want it 10 by 9, you can keep it like you can change that. Now, the reason why the height changes because this clip is on, and that means it's going to proportionally change the width and the height. So if you change the width, it's going to change it to the same ratio as what you had to the 16 by 9. But if you unclip that, so let's Control Z. So by the way, Control Z or Command Z, that's the Clover and Mac command. I believe the equivalent is just the Windows key. So if you press Command Z, that's the equivalent of undo. Undo what I last did, Control Z, undo. So I just pressed Command Z and it went back to my original measurements. Now let's say I unclick this. If I unclick that, now I can independently adjust the width and the height. So if I type in 10, you see that this won't adjust. So let's say I want a 10 by 9, great. Let's say I also want to change this 10 by 4, great as well. Click OK, and now you have a completely different image size. Okay. Now let's practice Command Z. So if I press Command Z, that will bring me back to my original 16 by 9-inch canvas. Okay. So to recap, image, image size, and you can change your sizing there. I don't usually play with this at all. I just leave this checked. So I don't usually play with that. And just a caveat, I'm not a Photoshop pro. I actually know like I use Photoshop pretty basically, I think. So I'm really just going to be teaching you what I know and really what you need for this course because I want to keep it as easy and accessible as possible. I really don't use a lot of the things that Photoshop probably has to offer. So I won't be talking about that. And if you want to learn more about that, there's so many YouTube videos. And other than that, and outside, not other than that, there's so many YouTube videos for that. So yeah, I'm not a Photoshop guru. Let's talk about let's go to canvas size really quick. So canvas size is helpful, for example, if you want to extend just a part of your canvas and not everything. So let's say I click this up arrow. I haven't done this in a while, so I believe it's going to expand downwards. So let's just play around actually. Let's just say, I don't know, like 25. Let's make something drastic. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's expanded now lengthwise 25, but you see that it's expanded both sections equally. Okay. So it's expanding the canvas. So let's say I go back and you can go to inches if you don't like working in pixels. And let's say I click this arrow now. I'm just curious actually. I want to go back to 16. Now you're saying the new canvas size is smaller than the current canvas size. Some clipping will occur. So that means it's going to clip your painting a little bit. So basically, if you have stuff at the edge here, it's going to get cut off and you can't get it back. So if I click proceed, you can see that's clipped to the left side. And now we have, now we only have extended to the right side. So what I mean by that is, let's say I'm just going to actually, oh, I deleted everything on my workspace. Okay, I'm just going to open up layers really quick. I'll talk about layers in another lesson, so don't worry about what I'm doing in terms of the layers. I'm not brush settings, sorry. Windows, brushes, tool presets. Don't worry about this because I am going to go over this. And my tool presets open. I just want to try something really quick. So let's say I've painted something. It's on this layer right here. And I go to image, canvas size, and I want to add something that way. But I'm making it shorter. So I'm making the width shorter, maybe to, I don't know, 10. I click OK, it's going to say the new canvas is smaller. Some clipping will occur. So let's say proceed, and you can see that it's actually cropped your whole canvas. Okay. That's different from image size where you're making it bigger or smaller. Like this canvas size is actually cropping it potentially. And now you can see I can't get that part back. It's actually cropped that part of the layer. So um, sometimes you might want that, sometimes you don't. So just be mindful of that, okay? But you can also expand your canvas. So let's say, so now your new size is 10 by 9, right? But you can also expand your canvas. And let's say you want to expand, I don't know, now back this way. You want to go back to 20. Let's just see what happens. So now it's expanded to the right this way because I said I want to expand that way. And I don't know why this base color is blue, but now I could, if I wanted, I could just make this white. So I color picked it. And I'll go over all those hotkeys. I actually also go over this in that quick overview, but now I've expanded the canvas again, but the clipping still occurred on the left here. So if I don't want any of that, just Control Z, and I should say actually on the Mac, it's Command, not Control. So I'm sorry, that was confusing. So Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. You can keep pressing Command Z until you get back to where you were. So just a thing about that. Okay. Now I'm going to leave. I'm just going to make a random stroke right now just to show something. So this is just for point of reference. Let's say I want to do image rotation. Okay, so I want to rotate my canvas. You can actually do this here. So you go to image, image rotation. Sometimes I like to flip my canvas horizontally. So it's flip the whole thing. So now you can see it's everything in your, all, any layers you have, everything will be flipped. So even if I added another layer, well, now it doesn't matter because I already flipped it. But if I had another layer and I had all these other layers, I'll just show it again. I'll just flip it back. Let's say flip it back again. Now everything will be flipped back. Okay. So again, that's image, image rotation. And also, by the way, there's the shortcuts here that are shown. Honestly, I just don't use shortcuts for everything. I sometimes just do the old school way. You can also rotate it counterclockwise or clockwise, right? So 180 will flip it upside down. I believe that's almost the same as flip vertical, right? So 180 or flip canvas vertical. I think that was the same. So you can play around with that if you want to flip something upside down for some reason, or you can rotate it clockwise. So this will rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. So now you turned it into a portrait, right? Instead of landscape. And if you keep rotating clockwise, then it'll just keep going boom, 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 kind of in 90 degrees. So let's say I want to control Z, and that was my original way, and I want to go rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So now it's going to rotate it this way. So anything I have, that's why I just painted the scribbly thing for point of reference. Now it's went from this way, and then the other time it went, my hand can't go the other way, but it's gone, oops, it's gone this way, right? Last time it went this way, then now it went this way. Can you see my hand? This way and then this way. Hope that's not too confusing. So anyways, just play around with that. Right now, the point really is just play around. You're not creating anything. You're just having fun and playing around with the tools. Okay. So image size, canvas size, and image rotation. You can play around with your canvas that way. And that's all I want to go over in this lesson now.